This match is over. He's about to hit him with the big slam.
Again, thanks for your support, and we'll see you at the matches right here, OneWrestling.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Slam Nation, episode number 34. If you don't know who I am the Mark of the Master, the Man of the Plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some wrestling today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by a few members of Big Slam Nation. Now, we're missing one. He will be joining us very soon, and I'll introduce him once he jumps on. But first, I want to introduce one of the main men. He is one of the leaders of the PW Hustle. He reports Raw and pay-per-views here at OneWrestling.com. I am talking about the one and only Billy Ray Valentine. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, everybody? It's Billy Ray Valentine signing in. Everything cool with everyone. Good to see everyone here at OneWrestling.com. I want to talk about Roman Reigns today. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, we are definitely going to talk about the Roman Reigns. We're going to start off with that. But we are also joined by one of the main men from the PW Hustle, another member of the PW Hustle. Guys, you got to check out that YouTube channel. It is crazy. It is A-Track Brown. It is Billy Ray Valentine. It is the Professor. And I think you guys had a new member come on and shoot a video the other day, right?
Yeah, Chuck Piercy from fresh off Cleveland's championship win, he decided to come on and bless us with his presence.
All right, very cool. So you had Chuck P. He's an old friend. He's an old friend of OneWrestling.com and the PW Hustle. So he came on and did his thing. But who I'm introducing to you is the one, the only, the Professor Quintana. What's going on, Professor?
What's going on, Slamites? This is the Professor, a charter member of the EU. So vote for the EU, all right?
Awesome.
We're done. We're out.
Now, really quickly, I'm really excited because I have my son Aiden here. He's my best friend, Rise Above the Hate. But I'm even more excited because we have another member of OneWrestling.com, another member of the PW Hustle. My God Almighty, I was on his podcast. It wasn't really a podcast. It was just really a cool conversation between me and one of the most intelligent young minds in professional wrestling today. I am talking about Snapchat extraordinaire. Over 18,000 followers, ladies and gentlemen. He is the one. He is the only. He is Fame Black. What's going on, Fame?
You were on my podcast? I don't have a podcast. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, that wasn't a podcast?
We had a phone conversation yesterday.
We did have a phone conversation. It was actually one of my very favorite phone conversations. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff, including getting my tongue inside of somebody's behind. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna jump.
The sun is right there.
What? So behind. What are you talking about?
Did you just say behind? Oh my God!
Now check this out. You see my son Aiden James, who's actually throwing some pretty decent punches with the UFC gloves. We're going to be talking a little UFC a little later on regarding CM Punk's debut, but we're going to start off right now. Aiden, can you do me a favor? Can you not distract me? Because Daddy has a show to do. Can you go over there and watch some TV? Thank you very much, buddy.
Watch some TV.
We should talk about the UFC thing now, but we should just keep pushing it back and just keep pushing it back and then just keep pushing it back.
That's an awesome idea. That's an awesome idea. We're going to talk. We're going to start off talking about CM Punk, but we're not going to talk about CM Punk until the end of the show.
All right. So here's the deal. We're going to talk. No, you know what? We are going to talk about. You know what? No, let's postpone it. We'll postpone it. You're right. We'll postpone it till. We'll postpone it till
number 35.
Let's wait till it gets a little cold outside. But anyway, yo, guys, holy crap! I know this is a quote unquote old news, as Aiden continues to steal my props in the back. But Roman Reigns...
He's going to clean you out. He's just going to take all the belts.
I'm going to need that. Roman Reigns is suspended for 30 days for violating the wellness policy. Now, what I asked you guys to do is do a little homework. And I tried to dig, and I tried to dig, and I didn't come up with anything regarding exactly what he did. Billy Ray Valentine, I'm going to jump to you really quickly. Have you heard any news regarding Roman Reigns?
Nah, man, they're going to keep that on a hush. That's not going to come out unless somebody leaks it. Quite frankly, Roman Reigns should just keep his mouth shut, and everybody should just keep his mouth shut and move forward like it never happened. I think enough of the wrestling audience is smart enough to know what happened to this dude already. So when he comes out in the next arena show, the next Monday Night Raw, it may not be a pleasant thing for him. It's never a pleasant thing for him, but it'll get worse when people are calling him a failed drug addict or whatever they're going to call him. I don't know what he did. I don't know what drugs he did. I don't know what he was on. I don't know
if he did any drugs at all. because we don't even know what the hell is going on, basically.
He did something. He apologized for something. You don't apologize when you've done nothing, and if you do, then you're an idiot. Like Chris Jericho says, he did something. You can't bring this dude back as a face right now for it to be believable. The main merch seller to little kids when you're failing drug tests. You can't do it. So maybe this will.
Whoa! Rey Mysterio failed 2 drug tests, and he's never been healed, and he sells more masks than anybody.
Yes, but he's under a mask. There's a difference. You know what I can get away with if I put a mask on? Come on now. Roman Reigns is out there in the public. You understand? So it's a different thing. Plus, everyone hates Roman Reigns. Everybody loved Rey Mysterio. There is a bias there. So this dude, man, he needs to come back as a heel. It's the perfect time for him to come back as a heel. And if they don't do it, it is the end of the road. It might already be the end of the road, but it's over the cliff for Roman Reigns.
All right, now listen, I'm going to apologize really quickly. I had some issues with the camera. It actually locked on me, and I couldn't get to Billy Ray Valentine.
That's okay. Nobody wants to see me anyway.
No, absolutely. But we heard Billy Ray Valentine's voice. But I'm going to jump to you, Professor, really quickly, and then we're going to jump to Fame Black. Professor, my question to you is now, again, have you heard anything regarding what it could possibly be? Now, again, people are saying that it is drugs. Now, he did tweet that he owned what he did. So it's going to lead me to believe that he did something that he knowingly knew was wrong. What's your opinion, buddy?
Well, you know what? I don't like to quote the dirt sheets, but I think the one scenario is that he might have took that the Mother Earth kind of drugs, the cannabis, the marijuana. So if he did that, then that's on him.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to be honest with you, man. For some reason, and I'm hearing things, so I'm not going to really, report it as it's fact. I heard it might have been something a little stronger than marijuana, but that's neither here nor there. Me and Fame actually had a nice phone conversation regarding that yesterday. Fame, I'm going to jump to you really quickly, buddy. What's your opinion on this whole situation, and have you heard anything regarding the Roman Reigns incident? And is it weird that everybody else, we easily find out what the hell they did, what they took, but with this situation, nobody exactly knows what happened with Roman Reigns?
I think it's not the WWE that says what other people who have gotten caught have done. It's either that person or it's obvious, like Rob Van Dam or Randy Orton. It was obvious what they did wrong, and so he's hiding it. But here's the thing that people don't understand about the wellness policy is that it's not just illegal drugs. And if it was marijuana, that's weak. That's weak because it really depends on where they are. But people don't understand that you can fail the wellness policy by failing a physical, your cholesterol being too high, and there's substances on there there's substances on the wellness policy that you're banned from WWE but are not illegal in general. So there's a lot of leeway there, but I think he was taking something more performance enhancing, to be honest with you.
Now that's a really great point, Fame Black, that you made about the wellness policy. Not only being the fact that maybe he took steroids, allegedly took steroids or cocaine or whatever, but he just wasn't physically able to compete. Now, but they didn't what's up, buddy?
To jump on Fame's point, like in baseball, basketball, and football, you should see, because I have access to this in the professor's laboratory. There's a whole listing of supplements that is legal in like GNC or the vitamin shop that these athletes cannot take. So if Roman Reigns was not careful with his nutritionist, or if he did it himself, then that's on him, and that's why he put the onus on him that he messed up on his wellness.
Made a mistake. He didn't do his research.
Yeah. And that's the problem. I mean, when it comes to situations, because how many times have we heard of an athlete like a baseball player? Well, baseball players, I don't know about that, but other athletes that they're in the professional sports and they take something that maybe their doctor tells them that it's totally cool to take, and then all of a sudden it's freaking basically like horse pills. Billy Ray Valentine, do you have any closing thoughts regarding Roman Reigns? And you know what? Actually, I want to talk about something really quickly before we move along with this Roman Reigns situation. I'm gonna jump to you, Billy Ray Valentine. Roman Reigns. Now again, me and Fame Black actually spoke about this a little bit, but can you remember another?
Telling everybody about our conversation.
Well, everybody's gonna hear our conversation very soon. But anyway,
what? Are you gonna put it on the internet?
I don't know. From what I heard, you were. Anyway, so Billy Ray Valentine.
Where you heard that from?
Billy Ray Valentine. My question to you is: do you remember another wrestler, another sports entertainer that was at the top of his game that got suspended at a time like this?
Nah, man, he's the biggest one, man. I was listening to Live Audio Wrestling, and they talked about it, and they kind of put it into perspective with the whole Randy Orton thing. Even though Randy Orton is a bigger star in my eyes than Roman Reigns ever was, he wasn't in that position, WWE wise.
I can think of one.
Jeff Hardy wasn't there either. Rob Van Dam wasn't there either. This guy is supposed to be the guy.
He was the champ.
It doesn't matter. CM Punk was the champ. He wasn't the face of the company. This guy was made to be the face of the company. RVD was never going to be the face of the company. You know what I mean? Like, this is the guy that.
Well, we'll never figure it out now. We'll never know now because there was nothing. There's nothing to figure out. It's plain as day. Rob Van Dam was never going to be that guy for the WWE. It was just never going to happen. John Cena was already there. You know what I mean? Like he was the guy. So Roman Reigns is that dude. He is that dude, or they wanted him to be that dude, and this completely derails whatever little momentum he had, because he didn't have any more momentum. I was telling Fame this could be a blessing in disguise for the guy if they do it right. He's off for a month. Turn him heel when he comes back. People already genuinely hate him. It might revitalize his career, other than putting him in there as a face and keeping this charade going. Because it's a charade. It's a facade.
Okay, I'm going to ask Professor.
I owe my career to drugs.
Professor, I'm going to ask you, buddy, what do you think of the statement that Billy Ray Valentine made, basically stating that maybe this is a blessing in disguise? I mean, the only other wrestler I would think that lost more than Roman Reigns could potentially lose was William Regal when he had been given the King of the Ring and possibly a WWE World Heavyweight Championship run. That was, for me, one of the biggest losses, career losses ever, in my opinion. But then Roman Reigns right now may have taken the cake. So what's your opinion on the fact that this may be, in fact, a blessing in disguise?
I don't know if we could call it a blessing in disguise. I mean, point blank, they invested in Roman Reigns.
Hold on, a lot of background noise. Fame Black.
Somebody's breathing into their mic. Don't breathe into your mic, please.
Not. All right, go ahead.
There was a 10-year investment. There was a long-range plan for Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns, with this 30-day suspension, with whatever he did, that's it. The investment's over. Everything is shot. Roman Reigns will be in the main event picture. Roman Reigns will be a future world champion once again, but that 10-year investment is totally gone. So, you know what? It is a blessing in disguise in one degree, because now he can turn heel. Now he can face the fans. Now he can just, really come back at the fans. Maybe you could use this as a motivation for Roman Reigns. You made me do this, fans. You made me take the drugs. You made me get busted, and use it against them.
I agree, dude. You know something? Fame Black, I want your opinion on this, because I agree 1,000% with the Professor. I think if you're going to turn him heel, that would be the best way to do it. What would you do with Roman Reigns at this point in juncture before we move on?
I keep him face. Here's the thing: it's not all this. It depends on what he did, and because we don't know, we're assuming the worst. Yeah, if he did like heroin or cocaine, he's gonna come.
Jesus.
Heroin or cocaine, yeah, I heard that he takes care of his needles. He puts them away, and
believe that.
But here's the thing: if he did something hard like that, they're not going to bring him back and put him at the level that he was at. He's going to lose a lot. But if he did something performance enhancing that is legal, that he didn't understand wasn't illegal by the WWE, that's forgivable. That's understandable. It's something that they'll do for the top face of the company, like they did for Randy Orton. They made a rule when Randy Orton got suspended twice that if you stay clean for a year, they'll remove one of your strikes, just so Randy Orton had an out. So they'll do the same thing for Roman Reigns, and they'll keep him face, and he'll win more world titles, and he'll still be the man.
All right,
he'll
so
be the guy. He's not a bad guy. He's not a drug addict. He is the guy.
Go ahead, Professor.
But I mean, this is totally different. I mean, you could say the Randy Orton loophole. I get you with all of that, but they were not looking at him as the next Randy Orton. They were looking at him as the next John Cena. And you know what? The value of John Cena. Look what he did just recently, going to China and doing a promo in Mandarin. That's what it is. That's what they want out of Roman Reigns. The face of the company, the face of the brand. And you don't have that with Roman Reigns anymore. Not with this drug thing. Or what? Allegedly.
Oh, but here's the thing. Look what they did for Randy Orton. They made a rule. Yeah, if John Cena violated the wellness policy, I don't even think we would hear about it. Like that's how.
Oh, I don't know
John
about
Cena
that.
is.
You think so?
I think they would cover that up as most as they could.
What do you think, Billy Ray? You think if John Cena were to do the I don't know, fail the wellness policy or get caught for doing steroids, you think they would make it clear to the WWE universe?
No, I think if he'd failed anything, I mean, we haven't heard of anything since, and he probably, I mean, he has either he's super clean or he's failed something in the past and we haven't heard about it, and I think the WWE wouldn't report it personally.
Okay, and your closing thoughts, Professor?
I agree with Billy Ray. I don't think they would report it. I think that would be the biggest conspiracy in wrestling history.
Aiden, okay?
People would get assassinated trying to uncover that documents.
Let me tell you something. I have proof that John Cena.
Aiden, stand up. Billy Ray Valentine, favor. Can you hear me, Billy Ray?
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor. I gotta take care of something over here. 1 second. So the next topic I'm gonna jump into is, I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently TNA got into a little bit of a Twitter war with a fan. I don't know if you heard about this. Let me just switch over my camera. I don't know if you heard about this. One of the fans actually stated. Hold on 1 second. I have my son away. Are you okay? Suck it up and press on, Chief. Anyway, I'll check on you in a second. So here's the deal. Apparently, a fan, and I don't remember what fan it was, he tweeted something along the lines of, and I didn't do any research. I heard about it, whatever. I don't know if any of you guys heard about it, but he tweeted the fact that TNA, a bunch of their superstars, what was it? That they all had long hair and beards. Long hair and beards, and Twitter, I don't know what Twitter told them, to shut up or something, or said something that their tweets are stupid, or I don't know, whatever. Like
they used the hashtag dummy, yeah.
I can't believe that TNA would respond to a fan, not only in a negative fashion, but in the public forum, and also on top of that, apparently, somebody had tweeted something along the lines of, hey, would be a great main event, and they went on and stated what they thought would be a great main event. And TNA tweeted back saying, like shut up, basically, and sit down and watch the show. What do you think of that, Billy Ray? I'm going to step away for a quick second.
Hey, I mean, what is there to say about that at this point, man? TNA, right, is in a tough spot as it is, so them saying stuff like this, I mean, is it surprising? I mean, was it TNA? Wasn't it the announcer, what's his name, Professor Josh Matthews?
No, when I saw the Twitter thing, it came from Impact Wrestling themselves. I didn't see it from Josh Matthews. It might have been retweeted by Impact Wrestling, but you never know. You might be right. It could be Josh Matthews who responded. I'm
not sure. I don't watch TNA like that, and I read about it. I mean, who cares, personally, if they're insulting their fans on Twitter? I mean, I really don't care. So what?
You know what it is, Billy Ray? It's not. I think a lot of people. We're in this day and age of like miscommunication via text. You know what I mean? If you say something to me, and I'm reading a text message, and I'm reading your text message, and I'm thinking like, oh, are you being sarcastic? Are you being mean to me? Or are you insulting me? That's what it is. So you know what TNA is doing? I saw the hashtag dummy, yeah, and I thought it was kind of funny. But you know what? If trolls of the IWC, YWC are going to be offended and be sensitive, that's on them. I think TNA was just trying to have fun with their fans, and they just couldn't. They couldn't take it.
And that's fine.
But how is this funny? This is what he said. How come 90% of the wrestlers in TNA are long-haired dudes with beards? That is a regular question. That's not even criticizing the product. I would have said, how come 90% of your wrestlers suck? How come 90% of your shows don't make air? Stuff like that. I would have said some shit like that. But
oh my God, what did I just walk into?
But they responded back to that simple question. How come 90% of the wrestlers in TNA are long-haired dudes with beards? They responded, how come 90% of your tweets are stupid? That's just mean. There's nothing funny about that. There's nothing sarcastic.
I think that's hilarious.
No, but I think you bring up a good point, man. Like, why respond to that in the first place? I mean, not that I care, but if I'm going to respond to something, I'm not going to respond to something like that. First off, it's not even true. Second, like, why do you care? So what? So what? They tweeted that. at you. Why do 90% of your wrestlers have their own beards?
And they don't.
Damn.
I'm just surprised that TNA that they would utilize this big public forum to respond to somebody who it could be anybody. It could be any why would you waste your time talking this? I mean, and this is why TNA blows my mind. This is why sometimes I want to support the product. I want to get behind the product.
Not the wrestling.
Oh, the wrestling is decent, and the show is okay.
It's good. Wrestling is good.
It's good, but when they do stupid things like this again, so back-to-back weeks, TNA doesn't. They have one of their Fallout shows that it's a freaking looping commercial. I mean, they have the worst luck. Do you remember that last week, guys? What happened with TNA, where it was a looping commercial over and over again for like an hour and a half? I don't know, man. Anybody have anything to say about this?
I'm starting to think that it's a work. You know what I mean? I've been more interested in TNA than I have been in a long time, with them not coming on, with Matt Hardy turning into Meth Rollins, and with this nonsense here. I just think it's like the craziest thing. Like, I've never paid this much attention to TNA. But although July 19th, when they move to Tuesday, SmackDown moves to Tuesday, TNA is going to die.
Now let me tell you.
No, they'll just move back to Fridays.
Yeah, we'll just move nights. Like, it's easy to do that on show. Like, it's so easy to just move a show somewhere. That's why it took SmackDown years to get to Tuesday.
And that's what they do. I'm having issues with my camera, so Billy Ray, one last thing I'm going to ask you guys regarding this whole situation with TNA. And it's almost laughable. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm supposed to be the host of this show.
Is pure laughable. No, Bill Apter, cartoon Bill Apter, we can't see you.
You can't see me. All right. Well, it is what it is.
You're seeing Bill Apter. I'm seeing loops of 70 show reruns here. I'm sorry.
Horrible. You guys are absolutely horrible.
Is that Jesse Ventura?
Are you guys done?
No, what was your question?
We're never done. Don't wait for us to finish. You better move forward.
Well, I'm going to try to switch some cameras. I don't even know what to do here. This Google Hangouts is horrible. But anyway,
I feel like this was your idea.
You know what?
All hail the master.
You guys suck.
But you know what, Ray? In all instances, let me just jump in, Fame. In all instances, you're right, Fame. I mean, for a lot of the negative feedback with Matt Hardy and maybe the 70 show loops and the Twitter rants here and there is publicity here for TNA. So you know what? There's some momentum for TNA. And for me, I'm going to defend TNA on this. You know what? If you're going to be stupid, I'll be stupid back at you. You give me a dumb question, I'll give you a dumber answer. And that's the way you're supposed to be. And your TNA soldiers, your ride or die TNA fans, they should be on your side because you know what? Number one, what was it, Fame? 90% of your wrestlers are, what, long-haired and bearded? I only count like one.
Long-haired.
Bobby Lashley ain't long-haired and bearded. Last time I checked, EC3 ain't long-haired and bearded. Only James Storm is really. So it's so.
No. Don't forget Bram. And I got my video back. I swear to. You know what, guys?
All right, that's 10%.
This is the last week. And
Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy is that really a beard? What is that on the top of his head?
Hey, it's a beard. It didn't say it had to be a long beard or all this nonsense. It's a beard.
That's penciled in.
Is that Pepe Le Pew thing he has going on? And it doesn't matter. Anyway, all right. So TNA basically does it again, ladies and gentlemen. Where again we want to support them, but then they do something absolutely asinine, and I do emphasize in the word asinine. And attack a couple of random fans. You just don't do that. I was actually listening to the Taz show, and it's actually becoming one of my favorite podcasts. It's actually pretty damn good. I really do like it. A couple of jobbers like us, to steal his terminology, getting to do a podcast here or a video podcast. But he also thought it was lowbrow, and he made a good point. He said, would WWE ever respond to somebody with a negative comment? No.
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay.
Someone does.
Go ahead.
Road Dogg really responds to his fans. He might.
No. We're talking about the WWE as the brand.
Road Dogg is the brand. It's part of the brand. He responds to his guys.
No, Road Dogg is far from the brand.
I agree with the professor. Road Dogg is not the brand, but he represents the brand. To the point where I mean, he's booking stuff for Triple H, right? I mean, he represents the brand, so anything he says would therefore be shined upon the WWE. Because if he says something real off cuff, he's gonna get fired. So yeah, he represents the brand, just like every employee of WWE represents that brand.
And speaking,
No, that's not the same thing. It's if at WWE on Twitter responded negatively to a fan. Would that ever happen? Absolutely not.
well, that's what
TNA Impact responded to this fan.
and that's the point I'm trying to make, Fame. I don't think WWE.com is gonna go on Twitter or anything like that ever and freaking respond to a fan. You're not gonna see. You know what's funny? You're not gonna see Vince McMahon or whoever runs Vince McMahon's Twitter respond, but Dixie Carter always seems to, even though she's been very sweet to me.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. This is another thing we need to stop doing. Stop comparing the WWE to TNA or TNA to the WWE.
Now that's true. That's true.
They're
for sure.
very different organizations. So if TNA feels like they need to respond to their fans on a one-on-one basis, then that's what they feel like they need to do. I mean, I think it was stupid to do or whatever, but who cares? Like, who gives a damn? I mean, ultimately, if you're going to watch the wrestling, you're going to watch it. If you're not going to watch it, you're not going to watch it, no matter what the hell Dixie Carter says on Twitter or anywhere else.
You know what?
That's not true. Dixie Carter can say a few things to me that would make me tune into TNA.
Like what? You pervert.
Oh, you don't want to hear them on the Big Slam Nation. That's a conversation for.
I knew it.
That's a phone conversation.
I knew it. I knew it. But lo and behold, honestly, and I don't want to spend too much time on this topic, but you know, TNA, even though they do some things that are kind of slow, I guess you would say, I've been really enjoying the whole Matt Hardy run. It's weird. It's crazy. I love the whole. Why is Bobby Lashley wearing a headband now? What's going on? Is he playing in the NBA now? What's going on with that, Professor? Did I lose Professor? I lost Professor. What's going on with that, Billy Ray Valentine?
I have no idea. I mean, yeah, he's wearing a headband. So what? He's the TNA heavyweight champion, and I think that was a good move to make him TNA heavyweight champion all over again. I watched specifically because they made Lashley the TNA heavyweight champion. I think he's the most believable wrestler to hold that belt. They should keep it on him until they find someone worthy to pass it off to. And I don't mean EC3 or Drew Galloway or any of these cats. They got to find this guy a mouthpiece and book him like Brock Lesnar. That's what they need to do with Bobby Lashley. Okay, they want to talk about ripping off the WWE. Yeah, straight off, rip the WWE off. Get him a mouthpiece. Get the Pope. The Pope could be his mouthpiece, and book him like Brock Lesnar.
Time out for those fans who don't know who the Pope is. We're not talking about the guy over there in the Vatican. We're talking about D'Angelo De Niro.
If they can pull that guy, that's ratings. Like the guy from the Vatican. If they can get him to come down, that would be amazing. But no, if they can't make that happen, they should get the guy on the sidelines or the guy behind the blue, in front of the green screen 9 times out of 10, and get him out there to talk. He can talk, and book Bobby Lashley as if he's Brock Lesnar.
Were you gonna call him Black Lesnar?
I mean, that would that's
Black Lesnar.
That's another excellent name for him. I would straight up call him Black Lesnar, and I would have him call out Brock Lesnar on television, and just keep calling him out every week.
That would be good.
TNA has absolutely nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Everything to gain.
Until Brock Lesnar walks into that arena and just beats the hell out of him.
That's when I would tune in. I would tune in.
How does TNA lose with that? With Brock Lesnar walking into that arena, how does TNA lose? They don't. They win. There's nothing but winning. I mean, that's never going to happen. TNA's never going to go over there. But Brock Lesnar's never going to go over to TNA. But, I mean, that's what I would do with Lashley. I would straight up book him like Lesnar, have him call out Lesnar, say Lesnar's not better than me, and then challenge him to an MMA fight. I would do it.
I would do it. That's awesome.
I would put out all the stops. Go ahead.
All right.
I'm just saying, like, that's great. It makes me want to watch TNA if that was to happen.
Does it
hey,
really?
give me a shout. I know people from TNA watch this. Give me a shout. I'll fix it for you. I will fix that promotion for you very quickly. I'll call up the professor and we'll do it.
Well, Professor, do you have any closing thoughts on TNA? I just said before we lost you that I've been enjoying the whole run of Matt Hardy, and then we're going to move on to a TNA alumni. But any thoughts?
I think, TNA, you have to give them A for effort. Hardy going out the box, Jeff Hardy going a little bit out the box, bringing back Willow a little bit here and there. I give him effort. If the fans are not tuning in and they really get so critical about the product, it's sad to say that, but I'm enjoying the product. I always watch it every Tuesday or every Friday when it's going to happen. It's eventually going to happen. I'm sorry. They're going to move to Fridays very easily. It's going to be a snap like that. But anyway, TNA, there's some good people there. They just need to bring the Rock. They need to put some more roster input on that because it seems like there's like 6 people fighting every week and they're just looping it around. It's like a 70 shows thing again.
That's pretty good. You're such a jerk. All right, but speaking of TNA and speaking about one of the alumni.
Hey Ray, can I interrupt you for a second?
Absolutely, brother.
Hey, can we talk about CM Punk real quick?
You know what?
What's that?
That's a good idea. Why don't we just jump right? Hold on.
No. Let's push it back. Push it back.
And just so you know, guys, my son Aiden had fallen and kind of hit his head a little bit. That's why I had to walk away. And my son got injured. But speaking about injury, why don't we just leave it for the end of the show?
Okay, great. Good. All right, we'll do that. No problem.
We'll push it back. But anyway, speaking about TNA, we have an alum from TNA who was in the news just recently, where we had Kurt Angle possibly coming back to the WWE, and WWE was in negotiations with Kurt Angle, talking to him. I know this for a fact, but he's not coming back to the WWE. Now, the thing is that WWE is actually looking for wrestlers 40 and over, and guys that have been in the business for some time, to come in and actually help put over the young talent. Professor, have you heard about this? And since Kurt Angle is not coming in, which I think is a travesty, who would you like to bring in? Anybody, the top of your head that you would like to bring in to help the WWE right now? Maybe put over some young talent.
Ray, before I say who I would want in that WWE draft, I want to say this on a personal note, that the news about Kurt Angle, yes, it is a travesty, but you know what? This could be a little bit, I'm going to say this is my little professor speculation. This could be a smokescreen because you know what? There's nothing different than when WWE maybe last year, a little bit of a year and a half ago, were doing the same talks with the Dudley Boys, and the Dudley Boys kind of like shot it down, saying they weren't doing anything. We're just talking here and there. And then what happens? They debuted the night after SummerSlam. So you know what? Never say never when it comes to Kurt Angle and the WWE. It could happen. We just never know. But if he's not coming, yes, it's a travesty. So who would I want? Let's do Carlito. Carlito should come back. Help out Epico and Primo.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. What about RVD, Billy Ray?
RVD would be nice, but I think the professor's right. I think Kurt Angle will come to the WWE. I think this is a bunch of nonsense. And if it's not a bunch of nonsense, he's still coming to the WWE. In one way, shape, or form, he's going to show up. The professor's absolutely right. Smoke screens. The Dudleys, they did it with Jericho. It's the best thing. There's the element of surprise. He's not coming. All of a sudden, the music sounds on SummerSlam, and all hell breaks loose. And there goes.
So wait, what music? I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. You talking about Carlito or you talking about Kurt Angle?
All hell would break loose for Carlito over here in NYC. If Carlito comes out, that's the time to debut him, so that's great. You want to debut Carlito, debut him right here on SummerSlam in front of a Brooklyn crowd with a bunch of rowdy Puerto Ricans. That place is going to erupt. But listen, let me tell you something, man. Kurt Angle's coming back. It's going to happen. And regardless of whether or not he comes back, other people are going to come back. So, MVP's probably going to come back. They could look at Shelton Benjamin and bring him back. Shelton Benjamin is still super. That guy is incredibly good. And that's what they need. They need people to put over, right? Supposedly, there's tons of talent out there, man, that they can pick and choose from. That'll do great in WWE. That can still have a purpose to serve.
All right, Fane Black. I'm going to ask you, my friend, who do you think you would like to bring back to the WWE? Now MVP was actually my second pick behind Carlito. I think MVP has a hell of a lot of unfinished business here in the WWE. But again, these are guys that are going to probably be used to put talent over. Who would you bring in, buddy?
Something. I always had the thought that wrestlers over 40 that can still go, should have their own federation, their own promotion. Basically, they should have their own thing. But since they're going to bring in all this young talent, older talent to put over the young talent, which I think is a good idea, And I know it's going to get a lot of people butthurt. Because a lot of people go on this, oh, they should have one last reign. They should have one last title reign and end it at WrestleMania like so many careers end. No career ends that way, but it doesn't matter. My whole thing is this. I like the idea of old people coming in temporarily. It doesn't matter who they are. You can bring in Rikishi, you can bring in Carlito, you can bring in Shelton Benjamin, you can bring in the Hurricane, you can bring in all the people that they brought in for the Cruiserweight Classic and move them up like Tajiri and all that classic stuff or whatever like that. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. There's nobody I really want to see that's not there already.
Well, there's one guy that I would love to see in the WWE, and he's not an old guy. Apparently, Roderick Strong, ROH. He has left ROH. He was with ROH, I think, almost 15 years. Billy Ray Valentine, you're a huge ROH mark. What's your opinion on Roderick Strong actually leaving the company, man?
Well, I love Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong is one of the reasons, along with David Richards, that I'm here sitting talking to you today, because I had stopped watching wrestling because of John Cena, and everybody knows that, and I don't have to repeat that story again. But Roderick Strong is that good. The guy is ridiculously good, and there's room for him now. That's what the brand split has created, is more opportunities for wrestlers to go to the big show, to the WWE, and shine. So I can't wait to see Roderick Strong in the WWE, even if they don't use him properly. It's going to piss me off. But as long as he makes some money, it'd be nice for him and his family. And the guy's ridiculously good. Imagine somebody's getting a Stone Cold Stunner back there. I can hear it.
Oh yes, actually, it's my son.
Yeah.
He's actually destroying Rey Mysterio Jr. I'm sorry. Hey, could you please keep it
For
down?
Revolution Pro right now, man.
He really look here. Give me Rey Mysterio. Come here, buddy.
But Billy Ray, you don't want Roderick Strong in TNA wrestling?
What was that, buddy?
You don't want Roderick Strong in TNA wrestling? You can get paid there too, big bucks.
Can he? I mean, I don't know. Let's ask the production
You say-
people if they're
you
getting
say-
paid.
No. They're no. Unfortunately, with all due respect to Total Nonstop Action, Impact Wrestling, whatever the hell they want to call themselves now, they're hardly no bucks there to be had. Maybe they're paying people in Canadian. But listen, your opinion, I'm sorry, Professor, on Roderick Strong leaving the company after well over a decade. Professor was there with me.
Oh yeah. I think me and Billy Ray were there. He lost the title to Eddie Edwards, I think, and I was on TV for a little bit, so I marked out there.
I don't. Hold on. I don't see
But,
hold on. I don't see your handsome face, brother. All I see is a shadow and a baseball cap. Maybe you want to turn your camera to. There you go. I can see a little better now. Go ahead.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better.
I got a big light in me right now. I'm not paying that light bill.
That's what she said.
Follow the buzzards. Yeah. But anyway, I'm a big fan of Roderick Strong too. He's a great technical wrestler. If they calls him, I think NXT for him to bring, put over some of the young guys, and also, have some great classic matches with Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, Rude. The list goes on in NXT. You know what? Strong's leaving and Moose is leaving, so you know what? ROH's losses could be NXT.
Dude, we're losing you really bad. We don't hear anything you're saying. Could you repeat the last thing you said?
I said with Roderick Strong leaving ROH and Moose leaving ROH, their losses is NXT's gains.
I agree. Your opinion on that, Fame Black. Do you know anything about Roderick Strong in ROH?
Who?
Roderick Strong.
Who? Right, okay. But here's the thing I'll say about this. Any hot wrestler that's worth watching is going to find their way into WWE. And a lot of people, a lot of smarks, I realize the professor just did this, just said, oh, they're going to go to NXT. As if it's not the WWE. Everyone ends up at the WWE. And I agree with Billy Ray, I forgot to say this earlier, that even if Kurt Angle is even if the reports on Kurt Angle not coming back right now are completely true, he's going to find himself in the WWE. They all come home. I think Sting proved that. They all come home.
Okay, so you basically, so I can safely assume you have no idea who the hell Roderick Strong is.
If Roderick Strong is worth watching, I'll see him in the WWE.
He is absolutely worth watching, and he doesn't have to be in the WWE to watch him. I think a guy like Nakamura proved that when he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Didn't he turn?
Where? I'm sorry. Where's Nakamura right now? I'm sorry. Where's Nakamura right now?
He is in the WWE, but didn't you watch him first? At New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Okay. So if he's worth watching, he'll end up in the WWE.
You know what? You son of a bitch. You're right.
He's in NXT though.
All right, listen, guys. Yeah.
WWE owned.
It is now September. We're at the end of the show. And speaking of September, let's talk about CM Punk. UFC 203.
You mean Phyllis?
Listen, guys, I'm not here to punk this guy. Listen.
Ooh.
Finally,
Can't we push this back to the next episode? I don't think we're ready for this conversation right now.
you know,
I mean,
Billy
just-
Ray,
Go
I
ahead.
think we need more time to train for this conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last time we trained for this conversation, we kind of got our asses whooped. So let's just keep training. Maybe for the next episode of Big Slam Nation, we talk about.
I mean, somebody dropped a video of us training for that conversation. Said we were hitting the mics like really poorly, like a girl.
Yeah.
We got all bent out of shape about it.
Yeah.
what do you think, Professor? Should we just maybe postpone this to a showdown down the road?
I think we could wait till like about Christmas or maybe Super Bowl weekend. That's when we could do it. You know,
Yeah,
we can give it some justice.
But the match is supposed to be in September.
Well, allegedly.
Well, all right. What's your last word, Billy Ray Valentine?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have enough time after September to talk about a match that's never gonna happen. We could talk about it at Big Slam Nation 203. How about that?
Hey, really quickly, I heard that apparently Cody Rhodes was in discussion with WWE,
Hey, man.
and apparently he has signed a Legends deal with the WWE. Your opinion on that? Billy Ray Valentine?
I read that too, man. Is that legit, man?
It is absolutely legit. Yeah, it's for merchandise sales and so on.
Why? See, the thing I'm a big Cody Rhodes fan, and I think he left at the wrong time, and I think somebody should have told him, listen, we're doing a brand split, don't leave. You know, because he could have really contributed in the brand split, and he might have actually gotten a world title shot, or be in that echelon of wrestler. You know, a lot of people are talking about Cody Rhodes not being that type of wrestler, not being a main event wrestler. I mean, they never gave him the opportunity. They never did. They never took him seriously to that level. I think he was on his way there, man. And if they wanted him to be that, they could have done that with him, especially after his father passed. They didn't take advantage of that situation, you know. And now he's gone, and I think that's really messed up. And like Fame Black says, I think we'll see Mr. Rhodes back in the WWE at some point in time.
Well, that's the thing, Professor. The WWE had the opportunity to take take Stardust and turn him back into Cody Rhodes. Apparently, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be Cody Rhodes again. So the WWE now, I guess, will go on and sell his merchandise, but it doesn't make any sense to me. What's your opinion on this whole thing that's going on here with Cody Rhodes and the WWE?
You know what? I can't even explain it myself, but if they're gonna sell the Stardust gear, is it the Stardust gear, Ray?
I think it's everything. Anything Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Stardust, Cody Rhodes.
Okay,
It's a Legends deal, yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna sell, I mean, Stardust gear, the gloves, the Stardust gloves, the paint, whatever. I mean, that's a great merch sell right there for the kids. If they're gonna sell like the old school Dashing Cody Rhodes shirt, I might buy one of those shirts for myself. So it's a great business venture for Cody Rhodes and WWE. And also, you know, everybody comes home, like Fame Black says, to WWE. So you know what? WWE is gonna be watching Cody Rhodes is in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla or ROH or in the indie circuit. So you know what? When they see Cody Rhodes wrestling, they're gonna be like, yes, let's bring him back into the fold. Smackdown, Raw, whatever you want to call it, but he's coming back.
Well, listen, Professor, Fame Black actually made a great statement, and I can't refute it, and it's true. Anybody that's worth watching will more than likely end up in the WWE. So Fame Black, will Cody Rhodes end up back in the WWE? Will he end his career in the WWE? What do you think, buddy?
Indubitably, he will be back. Here's what I find very peculiar about this deal. I've never heard of the WWE having to re-sign someone or sign them to a different type of deal to sell their merchandise. Usually, WWE just owns the name and the right and the likeness to do whatever they want. So I'm interested to see if Cody Rhodes maybe trademarked the name Stardust or something like that.
I don't think the WWE owns the name Rhodes. I think that is owned by the Rhodes family, so they have to ask permission to use that.
I guess. I mean, was Cody Rhodes shirts selling out the roof? Like, it's a weird thing to bring. If they're not going to make new merchandise and they're not going to push this merchandise, maybe there's a DVD coming out. But if they're not going to push this merchandise, then there's no reason to sign that deal with Cody Rhodes, especially the way he left.
Now, you know what? This is a very weird situation, man. Because all right, so they probably own Stardust, right? So that would be the only thing, right? I mean, that's the only thing they can do merchandise from. There's no real merchandise selling for Cody Rhodes or anything else, or even Stardust for that matter. So why would you want to sign him to a Legends deal? I mean, he's not even there yet age-wise. Like, this is just weird. And we're gonna see
maybe out of the respect for his father, I guess.
I mean, does he have? I don't know. Does he have the rights to Dusty Rhodes? Like maybe that's what they tried to sign off on. I don't know. But
maybe
that makes
that's the speculation right there. Yeah, to be in good graces with the Rhodes family, just in case down the line WWE wants to do one of those video libraries of great Dusty Rhodes matches in the future, or maybe put Dusty Rhodes on the WWE Network and have a good business relationship with Cody Rhodes and Goldust and Dustin and all that stuff.
All right. Well, listen, gentlemen. This show has been a little bit all over the place, and it's my bad. I was having issues with Google Hangouts, and listen, not for nothing, Google Hangouts is okay, but I think we're gonna go back to the old format. Can we have a vote right now? It's 4 of us. Should we go back to the old Skype format?
You're not gonna get an argument from me, bro.
Skype?
Yeah.
Skype.
Whatever works. I don't care.
I think we're going to have to go there. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last time I think we're using Google Hangouts. This absolutely sucks. But anyway, I really do want to quickly get into...
Oh, do you see that Google Hangouts on the right side? On the top right it says a subsidiary of Pop TV. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's why.
Makes sense to me.
Christ.
Makes sense. Thank you for clarifying, Professor. I get it.
No problem.
Thank you, Professor, honestly.
Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. I wanted to get in really quickly. I know we keep postponing it, but the CM Punk deal. You know what? Let's screw it.
I really thought we were going to let that go.
No, hold on. Let me give you my thoughts.
No. We're gonna.
I really want to talk about it. I really do.
But guess what? No.
Hold on. Shut up. In all seriousness, I want to talk about CM Punk.
Whoa. Did you just tell me to shut up?
Not me. I didn't do that. I don't know who did that.
I swear to God, you're like, hold on, shut up. Oh, all right.
No, I said in all seriousness. CM Punk, finally making his debut. You know what? Let's just talk about this later.
Jesus Christ. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number 34 of Big Slam Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter here at OneWrestling.com. Actually, you can follow us at OneWrestling.com. Or on Facebook, find us at One Wrestling or at Big Slam Nation. Now, on Twitter, you can follow me at Big Ray Show. Follow Billy Ray Valentine at Obi-Wan, you know me. The Professor at PROFPW Hustle. Fame Black at Fame Black. And don't forget, go to Snapchat. You can also find them there at Fame Black. Am I correct there, Fame Black?
Yes, sir. There you go.
Yes, sir. Don't forget to follow Bill Schuyler at You Got the Show, which he was supposed to be on, but I didn't really hear from him, so I hope he's okay. Bill Schuyler, we're thinking about you, buddy. And then we also have Connor.
He did respond.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll send it to him.
Okay, no problem. Then we had Connor Fave.
Just let him know that I'm a wrestling purist.
Whatever that means. But anyway, we have Connor Fave. Follow him on Twitter at Fave. That's OKAYFABE. And of course the legend. Oh, and of course A-Track Brown, who couldn't be with us today, ladies and gentlemen. He is probably pimping hoes right now as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, over in the Bronx, New York City. That's what he does, ladies and gentlemen. He is the modern day Godfather. But no, Pharaoh Fancy. Follow him on Twitter at Pharaoh Fancy. A-Track Brown, aka whatever freaking monikers he uses. So many different names. What's the other one? That doesn't matter. Paul Phoenix. Anyway, and then finally, of course, the legendary Bill Apter. You can follow him on Twitter at After One Wrestling, guys. And please, guys, join me every single Wednesday. I'll be on this Wednesday at on WrestleZone.com. And you go to MixLR at MixLR. And you can find me on the internet every Wednesday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to subscribe to PW Hustle's YouTube channel. They're also going to be putting out some audio content. Is that right, Billy Ray?
Yeah, man, you can always check on iTunes, whatever we have up there. Sometimes we're going to have different stuff. I know Fame's going to have some content on iTunes, on audio stream with Podbeam and iTunes, and PW Hustle 2.
Yeah, I wonder what that's going to be.
Check out that channel, and we're always doing something crazy on there, so, check us out.
And what about, when's the next episode of Professor's Perspective, Professor?
You know what? I'm thinking about a couple of days. Maybe after Monday Night Raw, you might get a special perspective.
Ooh. Very cool. And Fame Black, anything you would like to plug except that hot chick you were with the other day?
Man, listen, The Snapchat thing it's actually growing. I'm actually over 20,000 followers now.
Wow.
And here's the thing, man. Don't miss out on what 20,000 people already know. Like, I am killing the Snapchat thing. Y'all should definitely follow @FameBlack.
All right, very cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen. It's been a really fun, a little interesting show. We had some good conversation. Everything was all over the place. My son cracked his head against the wall over here while he was wrestling Rey Mysterio. And unfortunately, his next match will be postponed to September along with CM Punk. We can't talk about that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the words of the legendary Bill Apter, we will see you
At the match.
at the matches. At the matches. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here for episode number 34 of Big Slam Nation. Look out next week for episode number 35. Peace.
Goodbye.